Welcome to this review of Hilton Moorea Lagoon Resort and Spa. As we arrived at the hotel, we were greeted with pineapple juice and fresh towels, on top of the obligatory lei. That was our second flower lei of the day, as the transportation also gave us one. I was glad I had my printed reservation on hand because they asked for it, which is very unusual in this day and age. Our room wouldn't be ready until 2 p.m. and we got to the hotel pretty early, so we waited on the beach. Remember to pack beach clothes in the bag because we had to leave our suitcases with the staff. It was quite a long flight from Los Angeles to Papeete, followed by a rocky ferry ride to Moorea. I didn't film the ferry as I was feeling quite unwell on the way, but we were able to eat a small breakfast for a normal price on board, and we had a great view of the island. Back to the hotel. People working here were nice and not just doing it for tips, as those are not expected in French Polynesia. The beach was simply amazing. The water was great, it was see-through, just like advertised. This was not the high season, but there were always available chairs on the beach. There was not a lot to do around the property. Water activities are your best option, really. Snorkeling and paddling equipment was available for free. You don't have to go far to see fish in the water. I wanted to try paddle boarding, but I was told that it wasn't possible in the afternoon because it gets too windy. You can walk to a handful of restaurants around the property, but otherwise you'll need a taxi if you want to go anywhere else on the island. The pool needed some love and wasn't much occupied during the day. The property also has a few cats roaming around and relaxing in the sun. For the room, we went with the garden bungalow with a private pool. The room was quite spacious. The TV didn't work all the time, which was frustrating. The private deck is great. We made the rookie mistake of leaving our stuff to dry outside overnight and found it drenched in the morning. It can rain heavily at times. The minibar was included, and it was a great value, even if just for the 1.5 liters bottle of water. At the restaurant, a simple bottle of water was 700 francs, which is over $6. The bathroom is all in the open, and there was no fan. Windows don't open either. It took us a while to figure it out, but there are wooden panes in the wall that you can open, and that creates an airflow, but it's minimal. We also realized it was a bad idea to leave food out in the room because there were lots of tiny bugs. This is what my glass looked like a few hours after drinking juice from it. Food was really good, but of course very expensive as well. Think like airport prices. I wish there were more local food options. This is the savory crepe I had the first night. It costed about $25. Wine was more reasonably priced. There were not many restaurant options to choose from on the resort. We could see sharks in the water from the crepe restaurant. Apparently, they're not dangerous. This is the main restaurant by the beach where we would eat lunch. Here we also had visitors walking through. This is poisson cru, a local specialty that I highly recommend. It's similar to a poke bowl. And this is the lentil steak burger. There was also a bar that offered half-off cocktails from 5 to 6 p.m. and where we could admire the amazing sunset. A breakfast buffet was included with our reservation. There were plenty of food options, but pastries were my favorite. Here again, the view was gorgeous. All in all, I really enjoyed my stay at this hotel. It was small enough that you didn't have to go far for anything, and since water activities were included, it didn't feel boring either. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.